Bonjour! Hi everybody. So, I'm showing you today my progress on my food collection pieces. Basically my sketches, my thoughts, ideas going forward with the concept. So you'll have seen in my Hahnemeühle D S second sketchbook, I have been drawing food and I've been sharing it to Instagram, mainly in my stories. So don't forget to check my stories out. I post there every day, almost every day. And that one is Artistrebeccals 2018. That's my username there. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the like button here and the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much. So with my food collection, I'm not affiliated to any art gallery or anything like that. I'm being my own art gallery. I'm kind of commissioning myself to do this project. And it's for basically almost a year that I'm going to be doing this. And at the end, the pieces I really like that I've developed from sketches into finished pieces are going to be purchased on certain items from my Redbubble shop. And at the moment I'm thinking like a chef's apron, a pencil pouch, and a few of the canvas board prints, so that they're sturdy enough to place around the edge. And it is going to be like a bit of an exhibition of all of my food-related products on different items, as well as all of my sketches, my finished pieces and everything else, all rolled into one. And I'll be kind of doing the kind of made-up exhibition as a YouTube video towards the end of the year. So it's like you'll be able to come and visit the exhibit. And bits that would be maybe for sale would be the Redbubble items, but they'll only be available to the people who click the link in the video, because it will be part of like a private collection. So only you guys are going to know about it. So, with that said, I've been making concertina sketchbooks, as you might know. And this was one of the second ones I made from basically 300 GSM cartridge paper. And then I found, I don't know when you're going to see this video, but I'll say on around the 17th of March, 2023, I found some real cheapo watercolor paper. I don't even know if it's acid free, but it's from a shop called Dalb in France. And they did blocks, or still do blocks of 100 sheets of watercolor paper. And it was really quite cheap. I'm going to say either 10 to 20 euros got you the 100 sheets. And it's all 300 GSM and all that, but it doesn't state acid free. Now, one would always assume that it has to be acid free, but because they haven't said it, I can't guarantee it. And it comes on a gummed block, kind of gummed at the top. And then the texture here, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's kind of lines as the texture, but it does work very well for the watercolor products that I use mainly at the moment. You can see them on camera, the Neocolor 2s. So you have a plain side and you have a textured side, and these have come out really lovely. I like to so I think the pad might be A4, but anyway, it makes 4 panels. So I've got 8, and I have used masking tape to attach on the other side if you unfold it, you'll see the tape is here. And it just connects the two panels together. Now, if you're using gouache, you would paint just directly over that tape. Masking tape enables you to paint directly over the tape. So, the wax, watercolor, crayons do the same effect, should I go that close to the thing. So, I've got a few of these, and they look lovely when they are completed. They're double-sided. And so, at the moment, I have got in my kind of sketchy, almost, they're kind of not really finished pieces, but near as damn it. This is how the lasagna was looking, and the stuffed tomato, and I'm not sure, you saw the meatballs earlier, so because this one isn't finished, I thought we would do, one of my followers on Instagram suggested that I do macaroni. I've posed a question, what's your favourite food? Now, if you've missed that, you can still message me on Instagram and give me your suggestions, and you never know, it might end up as one of the pieces in the exhibition. So, I have been going around, and what I do is I start basically with either a watercolour pencil or one of these crayons. And so I probably am going to start with another crayon, but I'm going to do burnt sienna, I think. And I'm going to do a dish of the reference images on my phone that I'm using to record with, so I'm going to have to try and remember from memory. It was called macaroni salad. I'd never heard of it. I thought the only thing you could do with macaroni was macaroni and cheese. I don't eat macaroni. I'm not sure what else I would have done with that. So, going to lightly sketch a bowl, and then we're going to do I will go quiet, guys, because I'm just giving the idea of macaroni. And this is like a rough sketchbook in a way. It's like pre-sketchbook before I take it into my Hahnemeühle sketchbook, just to get basics. So we've got some of that. It certainly, it can be frustrating, which you have to push through, but also a really fun learning experience to do all of these different foods. And I have got a huge variety, and it's not just doing my favourite food, I'm doing loads of different foods and developing on the food idea, and including political issues like the struggle of farmers and their whole thing, they're not appreciated, and even taking it down to the fact that humans would not exist if it wasn't for bees and farmers. And they really play such a vital role in our whole existence, those two categories, and they're both completely unappreciated and invisible in life, basically. They're certainly not valued, and they truly should be. So I'm hoping that this will go a little towards highlighting the farmers' plights, not just in France, but around the world. So I'm going to go in now with just an apricot. I haven't purchased my other colours for my collection of Neo colours yet. The one I was talking about, I need to get another 7 to make up an extra 15 that would be my regular colours that I use, but I'm still undecided about the exact colours I'm using. But I know I've got it. I'm very heavy on yellow ochre and turquoise blue and yellow. So I've already got replacements of the turquoise blue and yellow, but as for my extra 7 colours, they're mainly going to be greens and browns and yellows. So like a canary yellow and a Sahara yellow I know I'm going to get, because you can use those for landscapes, food, portraits. They're quite a universal colour. So now I'm using my Platinum Preppy. And this is a mixture of the ink of Pelican black ink and Royer Klinger aubergine drawing ink. But it's still water soluble because Pelican ink is water soluble and the Royer Klinger is not, but I didn't add enough of it in because the cartridge is still, it's got more of the black in, and I couldn't get enough of the other one to fill up in here. So it all adds to the effect. If I just draw this in, I can then fill in with colour vegetables and things. Okay, just do that here. And I also really enjoy adding in my gingham serviettes. It's very Amish in a way, isn't it? It always reminds me of that. These lovely red and white checkered tablecloths. And it doesn't matter if you mess up on the squares. I don't measure. That just takes a whole lot of fun out of art if I have to get a ruler out. I'm not meticulous, precise. If I've done too many squares, I don't care. If it's not an exact pattern, you just get the idea. So then, get the paintbrush. Just going to pick up some yellow, I think. And then once it's dried, I'll go in with some yellow ochre again. I don't know what it is, but I always find whatever I draw, I always have a use for yellow ochre. It's like a staple for me. Sorry about the rocking table. My light, the clamp is attached to the rocking table, so when I'm moving with painting, it's rocking it, but needs must and all that. It's either that or no YouTube video for you guys, and I thought I must make the effort to record for you all. So now, I'm going to add in some bits of salady colours. I'll put in some kind of reddy, orangey, to show that it's carrots and lettuce, probably some peppers. We'll put some light green in. Basically, we're not being like getting lost in detail. We want to be relaxed, and we just want to, what's the word I am looking for? I don't know. You guys know what I mean. We're just being loose and relaxed. What other thing I know? I don't want to get too lost in red, actually, because you don't want it to be blending in with the tablecloth, so just do some little red bits there to signify the red peppers that you've chopped. And I always tend to do the turquoise blue bowls. I use this for plates and bowls because it just seems to work. A lot of things in France, you know, your tableware is the bluey and sandstony colours. So that's probably where I'm getting it from. And we'll let that dry, and we'll do a second coat of that for the bowl when it's dried. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back to my lovely yellow ochre, go directly with the brush that's damp, and pick up quite a bit of colour and start writing macaroni salad. And then we can go in with a little bit, but not too much, of slight definition. But again, I don't want to get lost in that. Just to add a bit of darkness on the whole bits of the pasta. I know macaroni is an American staple, isn't it? But I think when I was a child, I think in like the 80s and stuff, it was a very popular thing in the United Kingdom to get children onto when they're being weaned or something. But I never took to it. It was it's just macaroni and cheese. That's all we ever knew. Is macaroni and cheese. You say to someone in United Kingdom, it could be different now, but macaroni, they'll just say macaroni and cheese. And then for the next coat of the bowl, the last coat, I pick directly up, like I did with the yellow ochre, just to get a nice lot on the brush. And then just doing a little bit of cleanup. Because it helps bring it into the background, just helps to make this stand out a bit. If I take the white off just around it, I've noticed. And there we have it, guys. Almost complete. And lastly, guys, I'm just going to paint the band around the top of the bowl a yellow. It's the only yellow I've got at the minute, and it comes in the set of 15. Well, I think every set actually, not just for 15. Just for standard yellow. But I'm looking to get lemon yellow, canary yellow, Sahara yellow. Because then I can make lots of greens, even though I'm buying greens preset. I much prefer with the Neo colours, but I don't have to do so much mixing. Okay, so just put this more in frame now for you guys. This is how it's now looked. It's finished. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all your support. Should you be buying from Jackson Art Supplies any products that you need, don't forget to look in my description below this video and shop via my links, because when you do that, it helps give me some remuneration at no extra cost to you. So that's another way to support creatives such as myself, which I truly appreciate. And with that said, guys, I'll catch you really soon. Take care. Bye. And I started off with this size of paper. Now I think it's bigger than A4. And what I've noticed with making these sketchbooks is that, for example, you kind of lose 2 paper sizes from the one you start off with. So A3 sized paper will make you like A6 sized sketchbooks. So you're losing A5 and A4, it's gone, and it because you're folding and cutting. And I'll show you that now. So this one sheet, what you're going to do is fold it, and it's difficult for me to show, but I'll try. You're going to take it long ways like this, and you're going to fold it long ways like that, and try and do it as neat as possible. Okay, so I'll be back with you when I've just done that off camera. Okay, so I used a bone folding tool to make nice clean edges. You can use the ends of the scissors, but don't put a hole in, you know, the handle of the scissors, and push down, because you really want a nice clean edge. So you've got nice long piece here. You open it up, and what you're going to do is cut along the crease line here, all the way down, so you have two long bits of paper. And I'll do that off camera and I'll be back. Okay, so we now have two strips of that paper because we've cut it in half. And then what we're going to do, because this is going to give you two signatures basically, you're going to take your one strip and choose the side that you want. You know, I always have my smooth side facing upwards, not the texture. And you're going to take this one strip and you're going to again fold it long ways over like that. Okay, from top to bottom. Okay, so this is the size you end up with when you have folded it in half. Let's see if I can grab this to show. So we have done it in half. Okay. Now what you're going to do, a little bit trickier, is to take this one flap, you're going to bend it back on itself like that. Okay, and get right up to the edge here. Okay, like so. You've still got your open part here for your other side. Flip it over and do the same with this flap. You're going to bring it over, bend it back on itself basically. And you want to take it right over to the edge. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. There you have it. A concertina miniature sketchbook. And if you make another one, this is where you will attach with masking tape. I don't recommend washi tape. Masking tape is better because it's a little bit stronger and easier to paint over. Painter's tape basically is what I recommend. But it's just a really easy method. I've seen lots of videos about making concertina sketchbooks, and this was the absolute easiest one.